It is Friday, July 3rd, 2020, and you are tuned into Dirt Tracker Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Pennsylvania Speedweek was at Hagerstown Speedway last night for race number 7 of the week. Kyle Larson entered the night as the Speedweek points leader over Danny Dietrich, and when the night was over, the lead would be even larger. Larson started the 30-lap feature from the pole and was untouchable out front. He led wire to wire to take his second win of the week. Brent Marks was second, Sammy Swindell third, Rico Abreu fourth, and Freddie Raymer finished fifth. Danny Dietrich was in the top 5 late, but appeared to have issues and actually ended up dropping back to 8th right at the end of the night. This misfortune for Dietrich now sees Larson out front for the title by 110 points. Freddie Raymer is another 80 points back in 3rd. There are 2 more nights remaining in Pennsylvania Speedweek, tonight at Williams Grove for $15,000 to win, and then tomorrow back at Port Royal for the finale and $10,000 to win. Tonight's action can be watched live on Dirt Vision, while tomorrow at Port Royal will be streamed on Flow Racing and Speed Shift. So still some more racing to come with Pennsylvania Speedweek. Both the World of Outlaws sprint cars and late models were at Cedar Lake last night for the first of 3 nights this weekend. Both series completed qualifying sessions to set up the Friday and Saturday programs, and then participated in an elimination-style feature for $3,000 to win. In sprint car qualifying, it was Kerry Mazin who went quick time for Friday over Logan Schuchart and Parker Price Miller, and then David Gravel was fast time for Saturday over Sheldon Hodenshield and Kerry Madsen. For Friday late model qualifying, Jimmy Mars was quick time over Scott Bloomquist and Dennis Erb Jr., and Brandon Shepard went fast time for Saturday over Dennis Erb Jr. and Cade Dillard. The 2 elimination features started 20 cars and eliminated the back 4 cars every 5 laps until there were 8 cars and 8 laps remaining. In the sprint car elimination showdown, it was all Darren Pittman out front. He was briefly challenged by Donnie Schatz early in the running, and then Pittman had to fend off a late slider attempt from Schatz, but Pittman led every lap en route to the $3,000 score. Donnie Schatz finished second with Sheldon Hodenshield in 3rd. There was drama in the night's late model elimination showdown. Cade Dillard led the early going, but Ricky Weiss was quickly on the move behind him. By the start of the 3rd segment, Dillard and Weiss were side by side on the front row. Weiss was able to grab the lead in that 3rd 5-lap segment and set himself up for the finish. Weiss led the final 8 laps, but coming to the checker, Dillard was right with him, even pulling alongside into turn 3. He couldn't make the move stick though, and Weiss crossed the line as the winner. Afterwards, though, Weiss's car failed inspection for quarter panel height, and Dillard was handed the win. Rodney Sanders finished second with Brandon Shepard third. It was a little bit of an experiment last night with these World of Outlaws elimination showdowns. Kind of mixed feelings, it seemed like, across social media about how it went. The sprint car, the sprint car version of it wasn't terrible. It wasn't anything that set the world on fire. The late model feature certainly had a great finish and some good racing all the way through it. But I appreciate, whether it worked or didn't work, I appreciate the series putting up some money and having some racing on a night where maybe normally there wouldn't have been racing. And I certainly appreciate them trying out different format types. And whether it worked or didn't work, certainly appreciate the attempt. I want to look at some weekend predictions. The DIRTRACKR.com analytics formula likes Brad Sweet for the sprint car portion of Cedar Lake. His last 4 starts at Cedar Lake have included 2 wins and a 2nd place finish. He's also finished in the top 5 in each of the last 6 races this season. The formula also has David Gravel and Sheldon Hodenshield with solid win chances as well. Sheldon won at Cedar Lake in 2019, and Gravel has several strong finishes back through 2018 at Cedar Lake as well. The late model predictions, much tighter, a lot more uncertainty with the late model predictions than we've seen, especially here lately. The formula has a slight edge to Brandon Shepard, but it is very, very slight. It's really a pretty near toss-up between Shepard, Ricky Weiss, Cade Dillard, and Darrell Lanigan at the top. And if last night was any indication, I think Ricky Weiss and Cade Dillard will certainly be ones to watch through the weekend. Dillard's going to be riding that wave of that big win at Firecracker. And, with what we saw out of Weiss last night in the elimination showdown, it certainly seems like maybe he's ready to get things turned around here after a rough few weeks for him. The remaining 2 nights at Cedar Lake will be full normal programs and start with heat races each night. Both nights are $20,000 to win and $1,000 to start. You can watch all the action live with your Fast Pass on Dirt Vision. Speaking of the World of Outlaws late models, we found out yesterday the fate of the Prairie Dirt Classic at Fairbury for 2020, and unfortunately, it's not good. This year's version, which was scheduled to pay $50,000 to win for the first time ever, was sacked due to crowd limits. The event will return in 2021. Fairbury's promoter Matt Curl will announce a new 2-day $25,000 to win event at Kokomo Speedway in the coming days to fill the void left by the PDC. Stay tuned for more details on that. If you'd like more information about the Prairie Dirt Classic announcement, you can find that at worldofoutlaws.com, including what to do if you have tickets and pit passes and camping and that stuff. All of that information is in that release. Looking ahead, tonight is the opener for Ohio Sprint Speedweek with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. The series will run 9 races in 10 nights across 7 racetracks in Ohio. The opener tonight is at Attica Raceway Park before the series moves to Fremont for Saturday and Sunday. Dale Blaney was the Speedweek champion in 2019. A large percentage of those Speedweek shows last year were lost to weather, so here's hoping the weather forecasts for this week are going to be a little bit better than what we saw last season. Kyle Larson, Dale Blaney, Aaron Reitzel, and Buddy Kofoid were all Speedweek winners in 2019. It'll be interesting to see who will actually have racing all week with the All-Stars. You'll have the regular kind of contingent of full-time All-Star guys, but sprint car racing is going to be super fragmented, at least this weekend. You've got Outlaws up at Cedar Lake. You've got Pennsylvania Speedweek wrapping up. You've got Knoxville running back-to-back nights. So there's plenty of races for guys, to choose to go race at this weekend. So it'll be, curious to see who we get to show up to Attica tonight and Fremont through the weekend besides the remainder of the races. I would imagine we'll probably see a lot of guys kind of dropping in for portions of Ohio, over the next week plus here. So we'll keep you up to date on who's racing and who isn't racing. And especially today, as we know more, we'll certainly be retweeting those things from the All-Stars and getting you up to speed on who you can actually expect tonight at Attica. The Ohio racing this year has been really fun to watch, between Atomic and some of these tracks that have run here the last few weeks. That has been some really fun shows to watch. So hopefully we'll see some really great racing again across Ohio. If you cannot be at Attica tonight, action gets underway at 7:45 Eastern live on Flow Racing. Side note for the All-Stars, after a quick, very unscientific poll last night on my own Twitter account, I'll be adding the All-Stars next to the DIRTRACKR.com analytics section. I got the database set up done last night and hope to start adding some results today. Once results are in, we'll have a full complement of stats available for the All-Stars, just like we do for the World of Outlaws sprint cars and late models. So stay tuned for more information there. The NARC King of the West Series announced this week they have canceled the July 11th event at Petaluma Speedway due to COVID restrictions. The next event on the schedule is July 18th at Ocean Speedway. For more information, you can visit narc410.com. I want to take a quick look at the Dirt Tracker pay-per-view schedule for tonight. It's going to be another super busy weekend of racing, all kinds of things to watch across the various streaming platforms. So if you cannot make it to a racetrack, plenty of things to watch to keep you entertained through the weekend. Dirt on Dirt has a pair of shows tonight. Dirt King's late models for Mississippi Thunder Speedway, and then 34 Raceway has the Slocum 50 for super late models. Dirt Vision has 3 shows: Knoxville, Williams Grove, Cedar Lake. Again, another busy night for Dirt Vision as well. Fast 4 Media has action from Sweet Springs Motorsports Complex, easy for me to say. And then a ton of stuff on Flow Racing, especially with them mirroring the Dirt on Dirt and Speed Shift content. They've got all kinds of things. Attica, for Sprint Speedweek. They've got USAC Sprint Cars at Lincoln Park Speedway. They've got action from Kokomo, that 34 Raceway event, weekly racing from Antioch, Marshalltown. And all of those, the Antioch, Kokomo, Marshalltown, Crawford County Speedway, those are all mirrored on Speed Shift as well. Race and Dirt has action from Dallas County Speedway as well. Plus, there are a number of shows on Speed Sport. So, very, very busy day and going to be a very busy weekend of racing across the streaming platforms. If you want to keep up with all of that, you can find that at DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. That's the show for today. Hope everybody has a good Friday and a good weekend. You can find Dirt Tracker Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe and leave a review. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com, and you can follow along at facebook.com/dirttracker, twitter.com/dirttracker, and the website itself, dirttracker.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler, and you can sign up for the Dirt Tracker weekly newsletter live on the site. I think what I'm going to do going forward, I still have a nice stack of Dirt Tracker decals, actually, which you can see right here if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. I think I'm going to do, for people that going forward that subscribe to the YouTube channel, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, I'm going to pick maybe 1 or 2 people a week going forward and send you a Dirt Tracker, one of those Dirt Tracker decals. So if you sign up, or if you haven't signed up yet, go sign up to be a subscriber over on YouTube, and you'll have a chance to win a Dirt Tracker decal. That's the show for today. Thanks everybody for tuning in to another week of Dirt Tracker Daily. We certainly appreciate it. We will see you on Monday for more Dirt Tracker Daily.